All right. Okay. All right. I think we are live. I think so.
Oh, live?
Yeah, we are live.
We are live.
Ohio! What's up?
All right. We're moving into. There we go. That's the setup. If you guys can see it on stream. Ah,
I can see it.
we're good
Looks
now.
good.
Whew. Okay. So I'm not muted. I have a tendency to be muted when we start stream. I've done like 10 minutes of people seeing my mouth move and like, MG, you're muted, and then like so engrossed in like the gameplay and like, what? Yeah, so that's bad. All right. So hey everyone in chat. Let me just get chat moved so I can see them while I'm like on the game. We're just gonna have the game, you know, just for like graphic reference and stuff if we need. But it's just gonna be there. Not so much of gameplay today. We are going to have two wonderful guests. Wonderful, I don't know if that's a word people use nowadays, but
Unreal Dreamer's wonderful.
Fed's more wonderful. How's it going?
All right.
I was just typing something last minute.
Okay, so yeah. First of all, I want to say like thank you guys so much for like joining, because like it's early morning and like UD just came back from break, and like I know your brother's like gonna be moving out soon, so you want to spend more time with him. We'll keep this like as a 2-hour thing.
I like it.
Yeah, and then yeah. But thank you so much for being here. And Fen just did like an 8-hour stream. And then like went to bed and like is waking up early and you know.
Dude!
Yeah, my sleep schedule's weird right now.
So
That's amazing. That's dedication to the content, man.
Oh,
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
so yeah, but it's great to have you both here. And so one thing I was telling UD earlier, I know you both have like better manga knowledge than I have. Like especially like on the previous era, and if you've seen from the thumbnail, there is a previous era Hua sprinkled in there. So just feel free. I'm not like I have a lot of context on like what goes on, but I just not in detail. So like feel free, don't worry about like spoilers for me. But on that note, we are, you know, because like UD's content is based on reacting and stuff, so it's best that he is not spoiled on most stuff. So I just want a brief chat. Friend UD and I already briefed on like we're just going off on a lot of context clues. We won't be jumping into too much of details of what people say in the Elysian Realm. Thankfully, in my personal opinion, I don't think there's that many spoilers from the Elysian Realm. It's just a lot of like cool details, you know, like Easter eggs, maybe ish, that kind of stuff. It's like, I wouldn't say fan service, but it's more in that range of like, here's some interesting facts. I wouldn't say there's a lot of spoilers. Yeah. So no, not to worry about that. But I do want to warn people in my community, because I did do a playthrough on Twitch for Chapter 25 EX. So, it's spoiler heavy in a different sense, but yeah, it's very interesting. I can't wait for UD to play through it. I can't wait for Fen to play through it also. But just anyone who has anyone who has information on that, just don't you know, try not to spoil. But anything else, because I've watched UD's playthrough on chapter 25. I watched the entire stream. So I do know you got to the final scene where like, you know what, I can show it on screen. Wait, let me just screen share it with you guys so you guys can also see it. So yeah. So you also did like the entire thing. You went to the point of like, oh, here's you know, there's that conversation of like, Kevin was sitting on the chair, and then he was like, "Yeah,
Dude, yes.
yeah," you know, like,
man.
and then we do get a glimpse of Alicia. So within that range, it's not spoilers. Anything beyond that, anything beyond that, let's just not go on. But but I do think we have a lot to go by. So let's get to the topic. Who do you guys think is going to be?
The screen share is breaking the camera setup.
Oh, it is? Oh my god, it is.
Is
oh.
it? Oh.
Hello? We're back. We're back, everyone. Technical difficulties. Oh my god.
It's okay. I can follow along because I have your stream pulled up.
All right, thank you. Yeah, just
we'll just follow along that way.
Everyone will just have the delay. So yeah.
I have an idea.
Oh wow, going right into it.
Yeah, I'm very. I believe in Mihoyo, and I think it's gonna be Cecilia.
Whoa, that is a bold. Wow, just going right into it.
I'll
Oh
be
my
honest.
God.
I don't really got any evidence on that. That is pure speculation.
Wow, wow, wow.
Dude, I want Cecilia to be in the game so bad, man.
Oh
I
my God,
don't
you and
know.
me both. You and me both. So yeah, one thing you guys might not know, but I remember, I kind of maybe even remember the exact stream, but I remember in the stream I said like, if Cecilia is ever put into the game, I would triple S her first S base
Yes,
right
dude.
away, right? And
And
that
you'd
was
probably day one priarm the weapon,
yeah,
right?
but that was
Oh,
before
100%.
Valkyrie Gloria, so even before Durandal, and Durandal came out, and I was like, you know what, close enough.
Close enough.
And like she came out with like the abyssal
Close
flower. You know, we hadn't had the abyssal flower in the game,
Oh,
but like in
man.
that cutscene, and I was like, you know what, close enough. I'm gonna triple S her. And nobody believed that I would do that because like in game wise, like she wasn't meta. There was a lot of like in game issues, and I was like, you know what, I'm
Yeah,
committed.
I remember those.
Triple S right away. Commitment.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. That's a I think both of you are bigger Fuha fans than I am. I would say that.
Oh, are you a fellow Fuhua
Yeah.
fan, Ben?
Of course, of course.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yes.
I was born in the Fuhua Impact. I was
Yes,
born into
dude.
Fuhua Impact.
Look at my language, man. 100%. We should just
Thunders,
get
Thunders over
a new
Nagazora
Fuhua suit.
didn't happen until I was already in Exalted.
Whoa, okay. I'm feeling a little
man.
cornered here, but yeah, so you guys okay, because we're delving into the previous era with like Elysian Realm coming up. You guys have seen from the trailer. And there's a lot of talk because you guys have also seen previous era Fuhua in the manga.
Yeah.
Right? And like her costume looks cool. It does remind us of Shadow Knight quite a bit. I would say it does remind us of Shadow Knight. So
Yeah.
I have been, and I know Fen shares this sentiment, and I think UD will as well. You know how, okay. You know, I changed the costume at a bad time. You know how Blood Voivode, when she comes down with her ulti, she has that those wings, right? And we
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
like
her cape becomes wings.
yeah, and we know like from the previous era manga that she does have like Fuha does have like Benary's wings. So I was hoping if we were to get that costume, because at this point it could be just a costume. It could I should start with Lightning Empress. It could be just a costume, but it could be an entire battle suit. But in the context of like if it were just a costume, wouldn't it be great if we had a similar effect to Blood Voivode, but when we hit the ground, it's like the Benary's wings, just like
Oh wait, for Raiden Mei?
boom. No, for Fuhua. Wait, where's the wings?
For
Oh, there
Shadow
we go.
Knight. For Shadow
For
Knight.
Shadow Knight.
Oh, for Shadow Knight.
Like she has these wings, right?
Ooh. Yeah, she has those
that would
cape wings.
yeah, that would actually be sick.
That would be like, but I don't know if like, so for the sake of today's topic, that would be nice if it were a battle suit. But I would take a costume if they threw it at us. That would be
Yes.
That
I
would,
would
I
take
would
a
swap for the
costume.
costume.
right?
I would actually like to see an augment. I would actually like to see a Fuhua Shadow Knight augment. I know
Dude.
right now it's not that necessary from a balance perspective,
Yep.
but non-story,
Whoopsie,
but it is future content spoiler. In 5.1 during the beta test, they did have in the Abyss selector a new lightning stage that had bio enemies.
Yep.
So that caters very much to Shadow Knight.
But bio.
Uh,
Wait.
So like, because traditionally bio enemies you clear up with mech, and Shadow Knight does great work on that.
Oh yeah, and if we look
So-
at the collections that we have now, this is all the bio lightning that we have. We haven't seen an S rank bio lightning.
No. I mean the enemies are bio, so that
Oh,
you would
oh.
want a mech lightning.
I just totally Went the wrong way.
Sorry.
But I have my point,
Wait,
a point
so-
of my own now because look at the screen.
Are you proposing an augment for Shadow Knight Fuhua?
Yeah. I see
Yes,
it.
I would like to see one.
Ooh, that would be nice.
One thing that they also did have in the test stage is that they may or may not actually, because I know sometimes during the beta test they'll test stages, but then they won't release it for at least like one whole version later. So like sometimes
it's
they'll
like a
test the
hint?
stage going into yeah, like they'll test the stage going into 5.0, but we'll never see that stage until 5.1, for instance.
I mean, but they have done like pretty extreme testing before, so I don't know if this was before UD started playing, but like the Divine Key, Feng Huang Down, was put in like version 3 point something, and we only received it like on the tail end of like the 4s, like 4 point. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
4.7 or 4.8ish.
Yeah, so they waited like 7 versions or something before, like from the first time we saw it, like actually being able to use it in a beta testing scenario, till the actual release was like 8 versions maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they have done stuff like that to us before, you know, just like sprinkle in a bit of salt and then like see how we react, I guess. But yeah, going on that
I
point,
guess just to wrap up that thought, I think my biggest hint towards the potential of an SK augment was that in addition to those 2 lightning side stages, the end boss was lightning Andreas. So it's like lightning weather, 50% lightning weather damage, but it's Andreas from the Genshin collab. But Andreas moves so much that Shadow Knight herself can't actually like stand still and punch. So what if the augment gives her more mobility during her burst mode?
wow, see, Fu
Yeah,
Hua
we-
fans
this is-
unite.
It's a huge reach. It's a huge reach. I'll admit.
All right,
but,
UD,
you know.
UD has.
I could see it just because in the manga, Fuhua is known to actually have pretty good mobility that we don't really see in game currently at the moment. You know what I mean? Like it kind
Yeah.
of focuses on Fuhua's combos and strength
Especially,
more so than it
yeah,
does.
like building on that point, especially on Shadow Knight, right? Because she's known to like just stand there and like ora ora all the way, but it's like it's so
Yeah.
immobile. It's like where's the mobility in that? I do agree. Okay, interesting. All right, let's see. So I see I see Kallen being a fan favorite in the chat. I don't know why.
Ice Kallen or another Kallen, dude. So you guys could teach me on this. My community, one of the most requested like suits that my community wants is Kallen, because
Oh.
apparently she hasn't received like good meta treatment, is what I keep seeing in my community. I don't know if that's accurate
That
or
is
not.
accurate. That is.
That is
Okay.
accurate.
Unfortunately, none of her suits have been meta. Maybe like maybe like if you force it on 1 or 2 occasions, but that's like is a long shot. So I understand the sentiment, but it's also funny, right? Like what they've been doing with Kallen, because the last Kallen battlesuit we got was Zunjäger, and that was like off of a bubble universe kind of thing. It's like, and she's like so important to the main story because that's the whole plot point at the start of like, oh, Otto is crazy over her, he wants to revive her. But like, where is she now? Like, they made her a playable character, and then boom, that's it. Where is she?
But just to go off on a tangent, I'm just saying they made Kallen a playable character. She's not around. Cecilia's not around. We could technically make Cecilia a playable character. Anyways, but going back to the whole, like, where is she?
Wow. Yeah.
So one thing, to follow up on that Kallen thought, one thing that I am glad is that they are, with some of these less top-end meta suits, they are kind of recycling in a good way for Elysian Realm. I know Ritual and Mayo getting that buff for Elysian Realm was like, that was really exciting for a lot of Kallen fans. I would definitely like to see Sun Jaeger make an appearance in Elysian Realm in the future.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't think that kind of like hints towards a new suit, right? It's just more like, hey, we remember there's these characters, but here you go. Here's some upgrades. Here you go, kind of thing. Cecilia, though, I have been hoping for Cecilia for the longest time, but I do kind of feel like the closest we're getting to kind of, I mean, just from like a matter of like exposure, right? Exposure to how much we've been seeing of all these characters. Something tells me it might be a Hua because even though people say Durandal is the golden child of MiHoYo, we all know people meme on Hua Impact for the longest time. She's like, there's no bad Hua battlesuit, honestly. And like it's an anniversary, so like maybe.
So the last suits that we've gotten was Cele/Veliona, mainly Veliona. We got Kiana. We got technically Hersher of Sentience Fuhua, right? Ronnie.
Okay. So...
Who have we not seen from the main cast? It's been. When did Hersher Thunder come out? That was 4.1, right?
Last year, yeah, 4.1.
Oh, was it not 3 point something? Oh,
no, it's
4.1. Okay, my bad.
4.1. And then when did Mei's augment come out?
Oh,
Striker...
Danzai?
Yeah.
Oh, Danzai was last fall. It was the same patch.
Fallen Rosemary.
Rosemary, yep.
Okay.
Got it.
Which was one patch after Hersher Thunder.
I would say, going off of like where UD is going with this, Himeko we gotta cross out because like, man, as much as I would like to say Himeko, it's like damn. But I would say the twins we haven't seen much of. Rita and Theresa are like in that perspective. I think Rita and Theresa are kind of close in terms of like we haven't really seen a Theresa battlesuit in a while either, or even like an augment. And Theresa, yeah.
So what's interesting is they haven't really. No, actually, you know what? I take that back. They did because Violet Executor, is that in the lore her 100% form, or is that not her 100% form? Because you remember how they said that auto locked a lot of her power behind like a ton of like modules or
like safeguards and stuff.
Yeah, safeguards. Did they ever say that Violet Executor was? It isn't her 100% form. Okay, and we haven't gotten a Terry suit in a while. What if Terry is like one that they bring in at 100%?
That is interesting.
Or it could be Rita too. Now that you bring that up, because we know in chapter 25X, like no spoilers, I have no idea.
Yeah, but we know the title. But we know the title.
But we know the title, and we know that Durandal's in it, right?
Yeah.
What if like the next one is Rita? I don't know when her last suit came out. To be able to like train and match up to the return of Durandal.
Oh, that makes sense because Rita's last suit was Fallen Rosemary.
Yeah, and both Theresa's last suit and Rita's last suit were Bubble Universe suits, so they weren't mainline story suits.
Oh, interesting. So it could actually be a Rita suit.
Interesting. Huh. I don't know if this is like a less popular or more popular opinion, but like I would really like to see something from the twins. I'll be honest. I think there's a lot of potential because like we know about Molotov Cherry and Blueberry Blitz having that like combined basic attack sequence. I've just been waiting for them to like build on it, right? Like build on that one and just give us a banner with like an A rank and an S rank together. We haven't seen that in a while of like, pulling for both and then like have some synergy or something. That it would be really interesting, but at the same time, I feel like from like a gameplay perspective, it might be hard to balance maybe.
Yeah, because both suits are super strong right now on their own.
That is true. But I could see something
Sleeper's Dream suddenly enabled so much.
Yeah.
That one weapon enabled so much with the twins. It was absurd. And MG knows more than me because he's seen those strategies that are just like...
Insane. You look at that. I even have two. Look at that. She's holding a fully upgraded Sleeper Stream. She's holding a fully upgraded Sleeper Stream. Oh my god. I am crazy. But yeah, it's necessary for some strats. Chat says twins are very popular. New Lilia battles?
Really?
Oh wow. Wait, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
So hear me out, right? I do have this idea of like, like SA and HB's QTE is different from like all the other QTEs, right? What if we had like a combination of like a new Rosalia and Lilia, but when Lilia or Rosalia are in the party, one of them has that kind of QTE. But for anyone else, it's a normal QTE of like switch out also. So it's like she has two different types of QTEs.
So you would get a unique QTE experience when
right?
you play both together.
Only when they're in the same party. That would be.
Yeah.
You might be onto something because we've been seeing MiHoYo experiment a little bit with some unique interactions, both in Herrscher Flame Scion suit and in the official suit.
Right? That would be nice. I
Make
don't.
QTE be like a unique thing that like MiHoYo like like super dives on.
Yeah, I don't know if that would. Like, okay, so here's the thing, right? I think one of the things that we have to consider is that it will be the anniversary for like. It'll be the anniversary for us, so it's like.
That's a big thing.
Does that mean it can't be anyone that's not like of the main cast? You know, like, do they have to be like main cast worthy? Who are the like the other?
They could release an A rank in addition to like an S rank augment though, right?
Wow, oh, that would make it anniversary worthy, I guess.
So
in the past,
this could be a hot take.
Okay.
Because it's the anniversary, I think it could be an upgraded Mei suit. Only because it's the anniversary. If it wasn't the anniversary, I wouldn't say that because we just got not just, but we got Herrscher Thunder like fairly recently, right? But there was a lot of cameos of Mei appearing and being able to help out Kiana a little bit, but they kind of dived into like her path a little bit. I'd be curious to see whether or not Golden Child Durandal or Mei gets a suit first.
That is true.
Just to kind of like power up and keep up with Kiana's new Herrscher the Flame Scion like transformation that she did.
Interesting.
But that's a hot take though, just because like from a realistic standpoint, they just not just, but Herrscher Thunder came out like 4.1. We're in 5.0 coming into 5.1.
Yeah,
and it would make more sense for another like Hua suit.
It kind of like feels she's still fresh in terms of like especially like with. I know like Thunder has been out for a while, but like she's still kind of fresh. Also, was she anniversary-ish? Was her timing like anniversary?
No, she was 2 patches before, right? Because 4.3 was the spending event last year. 4.3 was the spending event. So, but if we line it up, 5.2 would be where 4.3 was, because 5.0 right now is where 4.1 was last year.
Okay, so who was 4.3? I can't remember.
It was Delta.
Oh, am I onto something?
Delta.
Twins? No, I'm just kidding. If she took one of the anniversaries, she might not take another one. All right.
Oh, actually, chat brings up a really good point. Mei having interaction in the Elysian Realm and like her kind of like learning all about. I don't know much about it, but just from what I've seen in the trailers, I wonder if. Interesting. Could be getting a power-up transformation because of the Elysian Realm exploration.
Oh,
that's a really good point,
okay.
Actually.
Yeah, and that doesn't bring too much spoilers because we see at the end of chapter 25, she like, Kevin gives her access. Oh, you know, timeline-wise, that does sound logical, right?
Right?
Story point as well. Like, oh, that's interesting.
I would like to see from a gameplay standpoint in that same vein, like, because, you know, Danzai was originally intended to be kind of like sub-DPS and support.
Oh my
but I would actually like to see a better designed, like, physical support Mei in that same vein, but actually having time fracture and, like, maybe impair or something. But I don't know how they would balance that if they released it as an A rank.
But also, like, support for anniversary?
Well, no, because if they release it as an A rank, they would have it in addition to an S rank, right? Or like an augment, like an augment.
Because like augments have been released together with S ranks. You know, my memory is kind of hazy, despite doing like all the official streams.
Well,
I'm like,
Danzai was released with Fallen Roseman.
Yeah.
And then we got the costume like the following patch, right?
Okay, so wait. So let's just go back to like closer to where we are now. So this patch we get Herrscher Flame Scion. Before Herrscher Flame Scion, we got. I can't even remember who was the past. who we
We're
got
in
before?
5.0. 4.9
4.9
was
Oh,
15
official. Okay.
Yep.
So that's
yeah.
like totally unrelated because it's like really out of nowhere. And then like 4.
Yeah, non-story.
Yeah,
non-main story.
4.8 I think was Nyx.
4.8
Yeah, it
was
was next.
Who was before Nyx?
4 points.
Haxor Bunny was 4.7.
Yeah,
Oh my
Brawny.
god, it's like all over the place. I can't even draw any clues from that.
And then before that, we got Hirsch of Sentience, which isn't Fuhua, but like,
Yeah, so technically
you know, like
not Fuhua.
kind of.
Not Fuhua.
not Fuhua.
And then before that was the Evangelion collab. So
Oh
again,
no, so many
no story
wild
ties.
cards. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What-
What was before the Evangelion collab? Because that's before I joined.
4.4 was Dea Ancora, Durandal. I remember a lot of
The
a
golden
lot of
child.
the golden
What-
child, the golden
so-
goose, the
And you
golden
said-
goose.
You said 5.2 would be equal to 4.1?
3
Or
4.3.
3.
4.
What came in 4.3?
Delta Augment.
Oh,
What else came out with that? Because it was the Delta Augment, but they gave out a free Molotov Cherry card.
That was just Delta Augment. Who was before Delta
Yeah,
Augment?
so it was
Oh my god.
before Delta Augment was Fallen Rosemary, which was farmable S rank with an A rank augment, which was Donzai.
Okay,
for Shadow
okay,
Knight.
pattern. Wait, Fallen Rosemary is the farmable S rank, and then we get an S rank augment. So we just got 5.1 is a farmable S rank. Oh, Fuhua theory.
I'm
Fuhua
leaning.
theory?
I'm leaning into that Shadow Knight augment theory.
Yeah, dude, we could see a Fuhua augment / Fuhua suit. That would be dope.
Okay. This might be unpopular with chat. The Durandal S rank augment.
Dude, I didn't want to say it, but like, hear me out. So I didn't want to say it just from like how she is the golden child of MiHoYo so
Right.
far in Honkai Impact 3rd, but just from the pattern and with Durandal getting a brand new chapter, right?
Chat is split
And
though.
she, you know, she's like the acting leader from what we've been told
Right.
of
exactly.
Shikshou, right?
Yeah.
What if she
Chat is split 50-50. You know, not too bad. I'll take a 50-50 over more negative.
Durandal Impact?
Not another goose, but yes, doo-doo. Like, oh, we're split 50. Goose family. rise up.
Somebody brought up that Lair is getting a pry arm in 5.2 as well. The
Oh.
other lance.
Oh,
So, like,
yeah.
Ah.
So totally unrelated because we have seen nothing to do with story. But there is like a new divine key that's coming up. From a gameplay standpoint, that's all we have. It's just a divine key.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no lore additions to it at all. It's the black version. It's the black half of the Abyss Flower before they combined.
Yep.
Yeah, I expected to see something about it, like, but there's nothing lore related. They just slap it into the foundry and like, here you go. Here's a lance that looks cool, but has
synchronize it.
has like no. so
Gotta
like
synchronize it. Get your attack.
I don't know. I don't know if that has like any kind of relation to like any kind of news that we're getting like at all.
What if they're not gonna add any? Well, I guess you would know about it because you probably played it. What if they do it through Elysian Realm in 5.2?
Okay, so without going into spoilers, I don't think there are many Lance references or like related stuff
Got it.
in the Elysian Realm. Yeah, so
Got it.
that's interesting. Like aside from like the Valkyries that you can choose, right, which is Valkyrie Gloria in 5.0, and then they're adding like Bright Knight in 5.1 like as a playable character, but it's totally non-lore related. It's basically Threshold Breach, which is, you know, it's like everyone they put in Threshold Breach, there's no consequence to lore at all. So that's the only, like, as far as we know, there's nothing to do with Lances. So it's interesting that they would put that in and still not give us, like, I thought, okay, maybe like chapter 25 EX we would see something about it. So far I don't remember anything to do with that. So it's like, it's just, it's funny how they just throw it in there, like kind of like the Phoenix Pinions. Honestly, they did that for Phoenix Pinions, right? It's like
I almost feel like it's just a vehicle to synchronize. just for the min maxers.
Yeah, like Feng Huang opinions. Okay, so it's basically the same thing. They're just like, here you go, here's a new weapon. That's it. I don't know what it's for.
A suitable placeholder for if you don't have Kikaku, but otherwise, I would not recommend spending the materials to craft it.
Like in terms of gameplay, it does have.
Yeah.
It's like even in gameplay, like you just mentioned, like you wouldn't even recommend. So like gameplay wise, lore wise,
it costs so much to.
Why give it to us?
It costs so much to craft, you know.
Yeah, it's so odd. So I don't think we can draw any clues from weapons being introduced. I think the top contenders.
A-rank hero with DA augment. Oh.
The top contenders.
What if 5.2 is the introduction of imaginary type?
Huh. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's one thing I wanted to talk about too. So technically, technically is it an S rank or an A rank patch? It's an S rank patch. Do you think the first imaginary would be an S rank? I wouldn't imagine they would change it to an A rank patch, right? Just for introducing imaginary. Because
I feel like if you introduce imaginary, you would want to like generate a lot of hype around it. So you would make your first imaginary type an S rank. But what did they do with Quantum? Like, do you know?
Quantum was Swallowtail
A-rank
Phantasm.
first.
Yeah, Swallowtail Phantasm was the first one.
I feel like they mentioned too in the developer stream when they introduced imaginary type, they did say they wanted to introduce the A rank first.
Oh, A rank first for
so
imaginary.
It was one of the dev interviews. I want to say like 1 or 2 patches ago.
Yeah, I don't really remember that, but I know they said it. I just I don't remember the exact moment in like the dev interview.
Right.
But like because we're currently in 5.0, that's an S rank patch, Flame Scion, and then 5.1. Technically, they do, like, it's usually an A rank patch, but, like, since it's a farmable S rank, financially speaking, it counts like A rank-ish. So, like, it's
farmable.
Yeah, S farmable, like Fallen Rosemary, Alicia style, is basically A rank patch, because it's, like, a heavy spending, a saver patch. A heavy spending, a saver patch, right? So, anniversary, and it would make sense that they would want people to spend. Sorry, MiHoYo.
Spend 100%, right?
But like,
no, 100%.
But they would like
100%.
want people to spend, especially on the anniversary, because when we top up, we get the top up bonuses refreshed. So it's like, yeah. So it's like here's
There's
more.
usually a spending event to go along with it too,
Also,
right?
yeah.
For anniversary patches.
I'm just saying, I will gladly wail if it's a Hua or Mei suit. Just.
So
Especially for a top-up reset, that would be kind of hard to say no to.
If it's not Fuhua or Mei, MiHoYo, you're not gonna get you these money. So wink, wink.
Yeah. If it's a Fuhua suit, I know Seraphim might consider double S-ing or even triple S-ing on the first day.
Wow, Fuhua.
Meta culture.
Fuhua has a lot of fans. Fuhua has like way more fans than interesting.
She's such a legend, dude. Like, man.
That is true.
She's done so much.
UD equals Fuhua Mei simp. Oh, your community is calling you out now. HOF costume. I mean, costume is costume, that would be nice to see, but imaginary type.
Oh, they did tease that last year, though.
Alpha
Remember
tier.
how they used the Onyx Submerg outfit for Hawk of the Fog as a teaser into the story?
Right.
Because I remember they released the outfit first, and then like as we progressed into the story, then we were like, oh. Because at first they released that outfit and it was like the default Hawk of the Fog voice, and then they retroactively changed the voice after the story reveal.
Oh yeah. Wait. Does it say voice change now? Oh, it does. Wow.
Yeah, and she has the Hersher of Sentience voice, personality, and everything.
So kind of to avoid spoilers, they didn't
I wish
give
I
us...
could toggle the voice though.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I just want the outfit.
A funny thing I see in chat is Alva tier. So one thing about Alva tier, I don't know. Alvida? I have no clue. We don't have English voices in Honkai too. But like, wouldn't you guys agree? She kind of feels like there's this enemy that holds like a pole arm, and when they attack you, you lose SP. But it's just that they have like
Immortal
a
Blades.
Mask. Yeah.
Yeah, all the Immortal Blades enemies have masks on.
Alvida?
That's
Okay, I'll go with Alvida. Like, I'll let you lead on that one. Oh, so, like, I feel like what she's wearing is basically what all those enemies are wearing. She just...
yeah,
she
it's
just
like
doesn't
the
have the
Immortal
mask.
Blade's uniform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just doesn't have the mask. So, like... okay.
Dude, if they put Alvida in, that would actually be really cool. Because it would kind of further expand on like World Serpent's connection to Elysian Realm.
Wait, she's Immortal Blades.
So she's Shixel. She's the
Okay, where
She's
did we
agitated.
see her?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't she a double agent for World Serpent, or am I thinking of someone else?
Is she? Wow,
I could be
don't-
wrong on that.
I don't know.
I don't think she
Wait, is
was.
she?
But I'd be surprised if she was.
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I could be mixing her up with someone else.
Whoa. That's mind blowing if she is. Wait a minute. Really?
Hold on. I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Imagine that.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of someone
Maybe
else.
it's someone else. Maybe
think
it's
you're
someone else.
thinking- I think it's
actually,
someone
no,
else.
yeah, 100%. Alvida, also known as Tool by Shixel and Feather Rabbit by World Serpent, is a World Serpent spy disguised as a technician of the Immortal Blade Squad that belongs to Shixel.
Wow. Wait, where
Yeah,
was?
yeah.
How did I miss
I-
that
I-
point?
Oh, that wiki that's a theory. Oh, that's
Oh,
a
it's a
theory.
theory. Oh
That's
my
a
God.
theory.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay,
God.
okay.
Oh, Pepe hands.
Oh my
Pepe
God.
hands,
Oh
Pepe
my
hands.
God. Whoa. My heart
Sad
almost
days.
disintegrated.
Sad
where it
days.
was.
Dude, no.
Yeah, no worries. Well, theories included. Wait, what part of
That
the
just
story?
reminds me of the day Encore launch when Alvida and Susana were
you-
just speculating.
do you think that they bring in
Oh, yeah.
another Elysian Realm character without getting into spoilers? Like, what are your thoughts on that? I know they brought in Alicia, but she's a special case because she is the number 2 and
Okay, so
technically-
like, oh, Fen has disappeared. Oh, now we switch positions. There we go.
did Fen die? Fen?
yeah,
Oh, he's back.
my just restarts randomly sometimes.
Got it.
All right. Oh, we're back.
On that, I would like to see potentially a Memento augment as well. I know she's kind of been out of the picture. She's dead in the story and dead in the meta, but I would
Dead
like
everywhere. She's just dead.
Dead everywhere.
Yeah. I would like to see a Memento augment too.
My green screen caught in 4K. Well, it's a good thing it's just like a small part of the screen. Anyway. I honestly don't think there's gonna be another Elysian Realm character this soon. Maybe not yet.
Got it.
Yeah. Like, not going into spoilers, but because you see Alicia like at the end of chapter 25, right? So that's like, yeah, she's there kind of thing. But I don't think like anyone else is there except, and I know UD has info on this guy because like I saw your reaction when he came out on the PV. Sue is still alive.
Yep.
So it's like Sue, Fuhua, and Kevin, which they did explicitly say in the dev stream that these are the only 3 alive at this point in time, that's like survived from the previous era. So it's like, so here's the thing, right? It could be a misdirect of like, maybe there's like, we tricked you. There's like one more exceptional case, but
Right?
yeah.
That makes sense.
But as far as like they did say in the Sue kind of dead though.
Sue.
Nah, Sue.
So Sue's
Okay, yeah.
Sue's up in the. I haven't seen like the dev stream, but Sue is up in the air as far as the manga and in game because they haven't confirmed whether or not he died. Because at the end of I think it's second key where Sue appears. I get my mangas confused.
Okay.
Second key is right. Because that's when Durandal goes in.
the third to last page, like the 5th to last page, implied that Sue dies.
Oh really?
But then we see that he actually ends up talking to a higher power that speaks as if this higher power is like above the Honkai and humanity. And he challenges Sue to a game and says, "I will give you the information you want if you can handle like this next trial or this game that we play." And it's assumed that Sue accepts it.
Okay.
Yeah, Sue's just vibing with God. So it like he could be dead, maybe, possibly, and he just like his soul ascended to another plane, but we have no idea whether or not that's like, you know, dead, or like if he was brought up by this higher power, you know, to be alive. We have no clue.
I think like the wording from the devs themselves was kind of like the three that made it into this era. So, you know, it could be like, yeah, he made it in here, and then like he could have made it for like a minute and died. We don't know. But as far as we're concerned, it's like
Probs went to Genshin. Somebody in the chat.
so yeah.
All right.
I mean, from your reaction, because like I said, I think like in terms of manga, you guys have way better knowledge than I do. But like from your like as far as I see it, I have seen that one part from the manga, that one scene where he's like talking to a higher power kind of thing. But that's like almost all I know about Sue. But like from your reaction to like when he came out in PV, you were like super excited to like, oh, I want to see more of Sue come out. I was like, wait, what? He's like that big a character?
He is like, so you know how Fuhua was known to be hold on. Yeah, you know how Fuhua was known to be compassion. Well, I guess maybe you don't. In the previous era in the manga, she was a very compassionate, like emotional person.
I get
like,
the gist of it. Yeah.
After like, you know, seeing all the things that she saw, she became like a little cold-hearted.
Yeah.
Sue has her compassion tenfold. Like he's just a genuinely kind guy for the most part. But he has humanity's interests at heart. So he actually was like the main guy that was going against Kevin when Kevin was becoming this super cold-hearted, like methodical, make sacrifices if sacrifices must be made, but whatever gets to the end goal, that's what must be done.
Yeah.
He was like his counter for the most part. So when I saw him in the PV, I was like, oh my, like this is awesome.
Right.
Because if we could get more information on him, that will get us more info on Kevin, which could, you know, expand the whole previous era lore. So
that's interesting.
Sue is life, Sue is love. I agree. Sue is dude.
Playable Sue would be amazing. So okay, I know we're pushing this a bit off, like, you know, because this is not going into like 5.2 prediction anymore, but like I have always said it would be really interesting if they gave us a game mode, something like APHO, but like a completely new game mode, like how they made Katsing playable in the Genshin. But like that game mode would give us access to like Kevin as a playable character, Siegfried as a playable character. Oh my god, like that would
only in that game mode.
Yes, only in that. Of course, it would be a riot if we had to pull for them, you know.
Yeah.
But like, as far as we know, Kevin has at least some form of a character model in the game. I don't know if Sue has one. They did kind of hint like, we want to create character models for like all the mobs so that you guys can have like some form of like a better kind of interaction. I feel like is what they were kind of like hinting towards, of like they said like is in the works. We'll make some kind of like more tangible kind of way to like interact with them. But as far as I know, I think Kevin has a character model. So it would be interesting to see like if they could take that and like, wow, give us a game mode where we could use like Sue and like Siegfried, and like, I mean, I would be super interested to use Sue. Like
100%. I think he'd be one of the coolest playable characters just because of his divine key. And didn't he used multiple divine keys, right? The Abyss Flower and the forget the name of the other one.
The Abyss?
Or were they the same one?
What the heck?
Yeah, oh dude, you gotta read the manga, man. So,
oh my god.
I don't know how much I should spoil.
No worries. Just spoil everything. Like as if I've read everything. Yeah.
So he fights Kevin, and when he fights Kevin, Abyss Flower and Eden Stargun thing.
Oh.
Dude, like, yeah, that's he had the pistol version.
Yep, he went so ham against Kevin, it was crazy. And that's why I'm so excited to see Sue, because he has so much information on the divine keys.
There we go.
And so much info on the previous era. And you said that there isn't much lore for a lot of the divine keys in Honkai right now, right?
Not yet. Yeah.
They could totally use like Sue as like this guy that gives all the lore on the divine key.
That would be a lot. Yeah. Also, like, because the Elysian Realm right now, in terms of gameplay, from a gameplay standpoint, is like an entirely new kind of like menu that we get right now, right? So it's like a new lobby. They could really expand on that, like how Samsara was like the open world was like a new lobby, and then we get like 3 different worlds. So like, and then one of them is post Honkai, where it's like a totally new game mode. I could see like an Elysian Realm version of that, and then we get to use like Kalpas, Sue, and Kevin, as far as we know from like what they've introduced about the Elysian Realm. I don't know if there's any more male. Is the Elysian Realm like the first look we get at all the 13? Not that we've seen all the 13 yet, but does manga reveal more members?
Trying to think. I don't think so. We have Sue, Kevin, Fuhua, Sakura.
Oh, chat saying no. So like, as
Yeah,
far
I
as
don't
we
think
know,
so.
the Elysian Realm. So we only have 8 out of the 13. There's like 5 more. Out of the 5, we could like have a few more guys, and then like just throw in that game mode where we can use males, you know. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be nice to see. And then like we have that little skill tree that we got like in APHO, and like I mean like Alicia could be there since we know she's gonna be playable and stuff. I would love to see that, but you know, we'll have to wait for MiHoYo to see if they. I think, especially given how like Genshin has seen success with male characters finally, like it would be nice to see like Honkai get a bit of that more than just the APHO main.
I would love to see. I don't know if they'll ever do it, but I personally would love to see male characters in Honkai.
Wow.
Imagine being able.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to use like Ziggy and Kiana on the same team. So like,
Oh wow.
you could have a cool moment of like daughter and father, you know, like playing together. I don't know. I'm an emotional guy. That would be really cool.
Double fire swords.
That would
blasting.
be nice. That would be nice. Interesting. Or maybe we can get a new open world, and then we run around with them. Wow.
That would be nice too.
That would be so much info, though. Okay. All right. So, back on track. I mean, we've got like, but chat's with us here. Any speculations who the other 5 are? Absolutely no. Oh, does Dr. Mei count as a moth?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
I've heard rumors she's number 3. I don't know if that's like also theory or if that's accurate. People say
I don't
no.
think so. Because in the manga, the way that they talked about her is they implied that she was like, she's above all of the moth, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Okay.
Like she's not, but it was never confirmed. Like she could be.
Because right now we have number 1 Kevin, number 2 Alicia, and number 3 is not revealed. I've heard people speculate that she's number 3. That would be pretty interesting. But also kind of like, why wouldn't she be number 1? In my mind, she's like super powerful. Mei 0? Oh, Mei might be 0. 0 is a cooler number. Yeah, they're like hidden reveal. There was a number 0. Jan. And then it's Mei. Oh my god. Yeah.
Versionalized.
Are all moths and mantis? Well, you'll have to play the Elysian Realm. Wait, what was that? Are all thumbs?
Chat, this could be misinformation, so please correct me if I'm wrong. This was from one of my translators. They said that in the dev stream, apparently Alicia was the one that came up with the entire ranking system. Is that true? Question mark?
That is true.
That's true.
Oh,
That is true.
Yep.
So yeah, let's put a pin in that one. That one has mild spoilers. It's not very huge spoilers, but like yeah, it's just like the sprinkle. Like that's I feel like the Elysian Realm.
Yeah, that's something you'll wanna
Yeah,
find out.
there's a lot of like sprinkle here and there. It's like here's a bit of
okay,
info.
Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
Going back to the go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I think you're gonna spend so much time in the Elysian Realm, just like
I'm so excited.
everything they say, you're gonna be like, oh no, like that kind of way.
There's so much lore.
I will say,
exciting.
the one thing I am a little bit bummed out about the Elysian Realm right now is that they don't yet have Alicia's Japanese voice lines in yet. And the funny, the funny thing is like when you interact with like some of the other mobs, like of course Fuhua would have some lines and stuff. Like when they come out, they do actually have Japanese voice lines. Not for everything, but like in like a certain mode where like you would expect all of them to have it, Alicia doesn't. So that is a little bit
Weird.
disappointing. But you know, I don't know if it'll take away from the experience because you know, like when you're reading out their lines, there's like the emotions in it and the way they portray
Yeah,
it.
100%.
So I don't know, man. Like maybe you might enjoy playing. And here's a hot take also. I do kind of enjoy her Chinese voice better than the English one. Out of the English, oh my god, Japanese one.
I actually really enjoy both dubs a lot,
Mhm.
and I have like preferences on certain characters with one dub and then
Yeah.
other characters
Yeah.
with another dub because it's just preference.
Mhm.
I only mainly use like Japanese because I want to learn Japanese because I plan to like
Ah.
live out there for like a month or two,
Okay.
just to visit and travel. That's like the main reason.
Sounds
I've learned
great.
the majority of my Japanese from Honkai.
Wow. Okay. I will say though, in terms of preferences, like Husho Sentience, definitely Chinese one works better for me.
100% for me too.
Yeah.
Harsh of Sentience. I prefer it. Alicia, I like both of her voices. They both sound really good.
UD, what is sleep, will spend the entire night in the Elysian Realm. True.
You could. It doesn't cost stamina. It does not cost any
Oh,
stamina.
yeah.
You just be in there
that's
grinding.
exciting.
You could stay there forever. Yeah, there's so
like
many
that.
ways they drop the lore on you. So it's like, I feel like that's really considerate to the player as well. Of like, here's some gameplay that you would enjoy if you're gameplay heavy, but like, here's the lore spread out in different ways that you can get it at your own time.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's not like, oh, here's so much lore and then like a bit of gameplay. Here's so much lore and a bit of gameplay. It's like, yeah, enjoy each one of them. So it's a really nice game mode to be in. But yeah, so okay, I going back to predicting the 5.2 Valkyrie,
Yes.
I do hope we get to see some Theresa at least. You know, Theresa has been a bit of like my... Okay, so here's how it went, right? Initially, my first favorite character when I first started playing Honkai was Himeko. A long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Time ago.
Because like that was... Okay, so when I first started playing Honkai, I'd never seen the manga or anything. It was like super new. It was like 4 years ago, man. And she, you know, like how... Okay, let's go back to like chapter 1, right? She's like the most
Yeah.
reliable
Yeah.
figure.
She's the leader
100%.
archetype.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the
100%.
She's the most reliable figure, and then like Kiana's just like messing around, just the C rank or B rank trying to be. I want to be the strongest someday, which maybe she is now, honestly. and then Mei's she's more reliable but less powerful, and Himeko was like the embodiment of like when things go wrong, she's there for you, kind of a feel.
Yep.
Not to make anyone emotional now, but. So then there was that, and then like later on Theresa came in, and I did really like the idea of like how she is like, because she was, I kind of saw her like as an overseer role, but not really, because you know Otto was still there, but when she was like she was like bold enough to like break off from the Shixel and be like, here's our own faction, let's go against them. And
Yep.
she was like always like fighting destiny of like how Otto is a granddad, but she's like, no, I'm gonna go against you. And then like she didn't want to accept the title of S rank Valkyrie, so she is like that pinnacle of strength for that period of time. So it went from like Theresa, Himeko, Theresa, and then it was Cecilia for me. But that's odd because like we haven't really seen much of Cecilia, but to me I feel like Cecilia is a bit of like where Theresa would be in future. That's how I saw her when she was first introduced.
You know what would be a cool concept if they did release Theresa as a S rank suit?
Theresa?
Yeah, Theresa. If we ever would get one, you know how Alicia's... Oh, by the way, if you're in the chat, and yes, I've seen Alicia's trailer, so video soon.
Okay.
It's not spoilers. It's not spoilers. You know how Alicia's ult? It's like that pink dome all
Uh-huh.
around.
yeah, the crystal dome.
What if, the crystal dome? What if they ever do like another dome, but it's like Teresa's what do you call it? Is it her Zareth power of her divine key? The Oath of Judah?
like Oath of Judah zeroth power.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That would be sick, dude.
Whoa.
Then we would have the Judah Pry that everybody asked for. Everybody always, Judah
wow.
Pry when, Hecate
Yeah.
Pry
Oh,
when.
wow.
Yeah, you would get the. Yeah, that would be dope. I don't know. That would be.
Wow, that is mind blowing. You know,
Chains everywhere.
you know,
Spears
also,
everywhere.
there was this one game mode where they like sprinkled in some like random buffs. I don't know if either of you were playing at that time, but it was the weirdest game mode ever. It kind of like I think like chat might have some people who remember it. That game mode was like, I don't even remember the name, but we could lock Valkyries on each floor. I don't know if it was the same game mode, but there was one game mode where they gave us an augmented Judah, I want to say, where it had like a huge range of like Judah had like times 2 its radius or something like that. And I was like, wait, is this like hinting to like a? And that was pretty close because like I think they were experimenting for the PRIs because they were throwing in like random buffs.
Yeah.
And then later on they were like, okay, here's the PRIs. So like. I think they were like they were wondering like, oh, is this what we can do with certain weapons, I think. So I don't know. Now that you mention it, that would be really interesting to see Oath of Judah. But is it necessarily like, does it have to be lightning if it's binding? Oh, that would make sense though. Because lightning is like associated with paralyze. So like paralysis is like kind of like symbolic of like binding too, I guess, if you want to put it that way, elemental form.
Yeah.
So
Right.
But I'm just thinking like if they could do like a switch of like over Judah was lightning, but PRI is like physical or something. Would that be weird? Because they have done that before, right? Like Tranquil Aria's is not the greatest PRI, but it's like they kind of changed up the weapon a bit to be like more suited for like ice.
It went to be TDM and elemental flat, and then they made it ice only.
Yeah. Right? So I'm thinking if they would like do a huge change, but do this for like Judah, and then like give us the PRI and be like, oh, here's the new Theresa. Wow.
That would be pretty dope.
They could do so much with Theresa's battlesuits because the cross is a huge presence in the map, I feel.
Yeah, 100%. Lots of story implications with it too. Kallen being the previous wielder of Oath of Judah, if I'm not mistaken. So they could. They could do a lot with the story with that actually.
Whoa. Maybe they're keeping it for, I don't know. Okay, but also like now that we're talking about like it might be Theresa. Okay, so why I think there's a possibility of it being Theresa, despite like all the focus being on like Mei or like the Immortal Blades, which involves like Rita and Durandal. They've done this before. Like we've seen. I remember. I think Haxor Bunny was pretty much one of the like. No one was expecting a Bronya battlesuit, and then like Bronya, here you go. You know?
Yeah.
So
do you think they would use 5.2 to release another SP storyline? Because if we look back at 4.3, they did do an SP storyline for Delta's release, right? It was basically a Bubble Universe, a Captainverse storyline when 4.3 launched for that anniversary last year. Do you think they would do the same again this year?
Oh, so kind of like put it on hold kind of a thing? Because like, I feel like when they have the Bubble Universe storylines, they kind of like put the main story on hold, right?
No, I think there was a mainline chapter too, but it was like in the back half of the patch. And I think that was 4.3 was leading into, I can't remember if that was the end of the Coral City arc with Rhymestar. Yeah, it would have been the end of Coral City.
Hemacopium SP.
Hemacopium SP suit. No. No.
Oh no.
That would be cruel, dude.
Oh my god.
I feel like if they were gonna do a Himeko suit, even an SP suit, they would need to at least have to wait like half a year after chapter 25. I think right now is too soon. Yeah. I think right now is definitely too soon.
I agree. I'm with you there.
As much as I want her, even as an SP Bubble Universe suit, to make a reappearance, I feel like right now is too soon. That's coming from a huge Himiko fan. So
Damn. Damn. I will say this.
So what do
though.
you?
Yeah, you're just cutting real quick. I will say this. I do really hope for a Himiko battlesuit down the line. However, they're gonna introduce it, like SP or Awaken or whatever, because I think they've like at least the main three have gotten their cinematic ultimate in gameplay. You know, like I mean, back then even Kiana got it with Night Moonbeam with Gungnir's execution, and like we haven't seen one on Himiko at all. So I would just like them to like do her some justice in game of like give us that cinematic like heart punching ultimate just for the sake of like wow.
Ooh, I see what you mean, like that final attack in like final lesson or something.
Yeah. Like Mei has when she summons the dragon with Catch of Thunder, it's like everything pauses. You know, all your HP bar, everything is gone. It's like focus on her. And like Bronya, we know like when she rides the bike, and then like does Theresa have any? I don't think so. Not yet. Yeah, but like they were the first four, so like Himiko not having it is a little bit like even Rita has it when she summons the.
Oh yeah.
When
Fallen
Rosemary,
Rosemary.
Fallen Rosemary and Argent they both have.
And Argent Knight has it too when she slams down the scythe. She's like.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, where's Himiko's? Where's Himiko's? Oh no. Yeah, but you had a thought, Yudi, on like before. Yeah.
So what do you guys think are the top 3 most likely S ranks or suits to come during the anniversary patch 5.2?
S ranks. Okay.
I'm still sticking with SK Augment. That's my number 1 pick. SK Augment.
Dude, that would be amazing. I wish. I hope.
Okay, I'm gonna give Theresa my vote. I would say I know it seems unlikely, but I'm gonna hold on to. I would give Theresa my vote. Maybe they'll do something for Theresa. We haven't seen her stuff in a hot minute, so like, give us something, man. What about you, Yudi?
Do you think they would
Okay.
Oh yeah, finish your thought, and then I'll ask my question.
All right.
No. You ask the question first because it might actually
Okay.
help me out. Go ahead.
I was wondering, do you think they'll make something like a fire support in the vein of like SA or Haxor Bunny, but for fire elemental? Because like Fish fulfills that for lightning, right? Haxor Bunny for ice, and then SA for physical. Now I know that because we did get the fire cross recently for Sakuno Rondo, and Sakuno Rondo having that soft buff. Well, it was a straight up buff for her ultimate. Do they feel like because she already fills that fire support role that we won't have an off-field fire support?
I feel like
I don't know that helps or not. It's just a thought that I had.
Wait, but if that's the case, it could be Theresa. You know, we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the wait. No. It shouldn't be Theresa because wait, Starlight Astro Logos is already. Here's the funny. Funny thought I have. Like I've always found it funny that the 2 battlesuits with the QTEs that can like come out when you're still on field are lollies. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm like, if they're gonna have a third one, it's gonna be one of the twins, right? Or like because they're also lost. I don't. It's just a off topic. Lolly support, yeah.
Lolly support.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, going off of that, it could be true. But if that's the case, it could be really anyone. Because who would have thought that Starlight Astro Logos is gonna be that off-field physical support?
Right.
I mean, like, at least for Bronya, there's a bit of sense that she's ice because, like, Catch of Reason is so closely linked to ice. But, like, if it's fire, it's, like, anyone's guess. It doesn't have to be. Like, everyone has... A lot of the Valkyries have, like, their have, like, links to fire. Durandal has, like, the Ancora. Rita in the comics... manga. My god. Manga has, like, a fire elemental suit, if I remember correctly. Himeko is also really closely related to fire. Like even Yai Sakura and Fuhua are also like very like fire linked.
Yeah, what if it's not an SK augment? What if it's actually like a Phoenix augment?
Oh, dude, she might be on something.
Not that she needs it, because Phoenix is super amazing as a support suit right now. But like, what if it was a Phoenix augment?
Oh.
Okay, well actually.
All right, now we can go back to Yugi's prediction.
So yeah, so Phoenix is actually already a really good fire support, right?
Yeah, she's amazing at what she does.
So I don't like from a meta standpoint, it wouldn't make too much sense. And then even if it was a DPS, it also wouldn't make much sense because we have Herrscher Flame Scion, right?
Right. They overlap.
But just imagine, right? Because I would love to see this happen. In chapter 25, one of the threads that MiHoYo kind of put in to foreshadow a future plot point that they're going to explore, right? At least implied, was the power struggle between the Herrscher of Sentience and Fuhua. So what if anniversary event is like a conclusion to the Herrscher of Sentience and Fuhua power struggle?
I can see that.
Little bit of a reach, but also like.
I remember your playthrough when we got to that scene. You said something of like they're setting up a future arc.
Yeah.
Like you felt very strongly that they're setting up a future arc of like let's revisit this later. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. That's very heavy,
and it was crazy
though.
because in that one stage when she does like wrest away the power, she manifests as Phoenix, not any other suit.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's kind of like they've always associated with Phoenix being her purest form of like her like when she's fully powered, right? Because SK is like she's powered by the suit more so than like she's powering herself. And then like AE is just like a bit of the past, and then like Phoenix has always been like the go-to, like this is Fuhua. So like I could see a Phoenix augment. Also, yeah. If she were DPS, that would be so hot. No pun intended.
That would be so. I would.
I would max my Feng Huang down, just like you were talking about, MG.
No, guaranteed.
Oh wow.
Like from a release schedule, it doesn't make much sense just because again, like Herrscher Flame, fire DPS, right, and then Phoenix Fuhua already feels like that fire support from a meta standpoint.
No, wait, but it does make sense because like 5.0 is more centered on the Elysian Realm, but it's also like it's a conclusion to chapter 25. And then 5.1 is chapter 25 EX. So it could be like chapter 26 and like here let's explore Fuhua because 5.2's chapter is like anyone's guess. Let's explore like Fuhua and the Herrscher of Sentience is like because I like going back to like I remember on stream you said like oh maybe you're gonna pull her like Sentience back as like a teammate because like she has never had a family-ish and but the Saint Freya team kind of like accepts her, so they might kind of use Fuhua as the link to like give her a sense of belonging and introduce her as one of the new characters. So maybe maybe it's not even like Fuhua. Maybe it's like a Herrscher of Sentience alternate battlesuit. Am I reaching?
An A rank Herrscher of Sentience that's not Hawk of the Fog.
Not the fake one.
Ooh.
Wow.
An A rank fire.
Wait,
Sentience.
that sounds plausible. I remember when Hawk of the Fog came out and they were saying like she was support, but when we saw her skills we were like, no way is this support.
Nope, she's DPS.
She's so powerful. And like, I would love to see an equivalent like A rank augment, or like even S rank augment, but like A rank augment, but on that power level of like, there's no way this is just A rank, but it's A rank. And that's what Fuhua has always been doing, right? Night Squire has been like the best farmable possible physical DPS ever, and then like Valkyrie Exhibitor and Hawk of the Fog have been doing not really Exhibitor, but like Hawk of the Fog has been doing so much.
She came back that last cycle though. She came back.
Yeah.
Exhibitor came back for that shield break.
That
was
like,
nuts.
She's like sometimes even like in terms of psychic lightning, she could even compare sometimes due to her kit to the Herrscher of Thunder gameplay wise. So if they were to introduce like a new Fuhua, why are we always going back to Fuhua?
She's awesome. You understand. This is why me and Fen are huge Fuhua fans.
Oh my god.
You can't help but talk about it. I understand, MG. I understand.
You know what though? I wouldn't mind
I
if they
do.
released another A rank Durandal either. Like if
Oh,
I
true.
can see it.
I don't know that it would. It's technically an S rank patch. I know we've covered that part.
Wait,
but if
is it
they-
not?
if
Oh,
they-
wait. Yeah, S rank patch. Okay.
It's 5.2, right?
Yeah.
It's technically an S rank patch, but
Oh, wait.
if they released,
Can we then cancel the possibility of Durandal? Because would it be weird that she has like an A rank and 2 S ranks, and then like if they introduce yet another, it's like she's the only one with 1 A rank but 3 S ranks. That would be a little insane. Everyone else has at least a bit of balance.
Right.
Except for Molotov Cherry, of course. Like Rosalia has only had S ranks, but she does have her counterpart of her twin sister. Like
Right.
even Rita has like AS. Everyone has like a close to, they have a bit of a balance. Like
what
I
if
feel
it's
like
an SP. What if it's an SP Durandal, in addition to an S rank augment?
I
Dude,
That's a bit of a reach.
I'm
I'll admit,
possibly
I'll
the
admit.
I'm possibly the biggest Durandal fan here, including all people in chat. But still, two Durandals in one patch.
No. The S rank wouldn't be a Durandal, but the A rank would be.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
Okay. Got it.
All right, that I could accept. Okay. So we're thinking maybe the possibility of 2, because we got Danzai and Fallen Rosemary in the same patch.
Right.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting. I do like the theory that we got from chat of like, because of the Elysian Realm of like it being Mei's growth arc, that it could be a Mei augment or something.
That would be amazing.
Oh my god. Rita augment. Okay. Rita augment though. Raven? I feel like Raven has been teased for such a long time, but will we really see her as a playable?
Will we ever? Yeah, dude. I don't know anymore.
Especially like weapon wise, they'll have to probably introduce a new category. Like, what will she use?
She has the rifle though. She has that.
She
third
could.
key.
Yeah,
And
because
it changes.
it changes
And they
forms.
could literally
Oh.
use the they could use the same or a similar animation as like Elysia's bow.
Wait, why is everyone
guess.
saying bow?
No, that's from the chibi shooter. She used the bow in the chibi shooter.
Oh, the
but
crossbow, right?
Her
Oh,
revealed weapon was actually the third divine key that she uses it as a sniper
rifle. Yeah, I would love.
She actually said that she's had issues with the rifle, the divine key, because there's been times where she's either been weak or her will's been off, and it's transformed into a weapon that she didn't want.
What?
Yeah, so apparently it changes forms based off of like the wielder and what it thinks of the wielder.
I could see Raven being a gauntlet wielder, and then but they give us like the HOS treatment of like when you're in game, you can like certain moves in the will become like.
Oh yeah. You have like a weapon switch system.
Yeah, or like maybe like the basic attacks of like maybe the 4th basic attack is like a move where she kicks and like does a backward dive, and then she pulls out the rifle as the 5th basic attack sequence. But it's only the 5th sequence, right?
They could do that
Yeah.
because they could just use the animations and combo system they have for Herrscher of Sentience.
Right?
To switch
yeah.
weapons on the fly.
And then
Yeah.
oh my god, and then like if she does an ultimate evasion, which links into the 5th of like her pulling the rifle out immediately, that would also be. I could see that now, but but anniversary though.
yeah, that's the thing is like it's an anniversary.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
like-
your MiHoYo.
We have all
has
these
to
like
be a character.
outlandish ideas. Yeah.
I think for the anniversary patch, it has to be a character that's like near and dear to MiHoYo's heart. It can't be Kiana because we just got Herrscher Flame Scion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like my top 3 would be either Hua, Mei, or Theresa. That's my top 3 on characters I think would get a new suit.
Wow.
I like Durandal could be an S rank. You know what I'm saying?
Holy
like, possibly.
crap.
Yeah.
That's my take. That's my prediction.
All right. Fuhua, Theresa, Mei, Durandal. I would.
Just because it's an anniversary event, though.
I think Theresa would be a huge hit. I don't know if like she
Would be so
holds
cool.
the same place in everyone's heart as she does for me in terms of like as a story character, but like I feel like she has been that role of like, you know, when I said like what made me like Himiko as a character at the start of like she's always reliable, she's always like the anchor to like sort of like I don't know if it's right to say like the mother figure or maybe the older sister figure I think would be better.
Auntie figure, kind of.
Kind
yeah,
of,
the auntie figure.
kinda, yeah.
Aunt Teresa.
Yeah,
Aunt
she's,
Teresa, yeah.
yeah, and she's closely linked enough, like to Kiana, in terms of lore to see her like. I don't know. When was the last time we saw her in the story? I feel like it's been a hot minute.
Chapter 25. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
was in the defense missions. She shows up because everybody when they're setting up the trap with Kiana.
Yep.
For, against the Hersher of Domination.
It was like a very minimal role, right? It wasn't like
Yeah. She was
Kinda,
like
kinda
a
minuscule, but there was at least one
coordinator.
defense.
okay.
Yeah.
And then like for the past like in the we haven't seen her for a while. I feel like about time, about time, you know?
Yeah, and they could explore that 100% like form of Theresa if she's able to master it. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because going back
And Mihoyo, great idea. If you know that Himiko gets us mad emotional every single time, you could have a whole PV cinematic trailer of Teresa's S-rank suit, the legacy of Cecilia and Himiko, her being the closest friend to both of them, right?
Oh,
You have like
yeah.
a nice musical score playing. Boom. Anniversary event.
Oh
Mad
my
money flying.
god. Oh my god, that would be huge.
Right?
Oh,
I
that
don't
would
know.
be huge. Oh yeah, because she's so closely linked to Himiko. Like I would say among everyone, she is the one who knows Himiko the best in terms of like the ones who are living right now.
And she was closest friends to Cecilia. Cecilia obviously brought back a ton in chapters 24 and 25 to really like, you know, close out the conclusion to Siren, Hersher Void, Siren, and K423 Kiana's arc.
Ah, so it's like
So
the closing arc to the closing arc. Oh, interesting.
Right?
Also, okay, let's go back to one more point, right? Chapter 25, as the writer said, is like a part of a closing end to like this arc of the story. That means anything we get past, EX is still gonna be part of this one because EX is like it's still 25 technically. So like anything we get past the EX stages, which is officially like 26, it's probably fresh. You know, they could start us like anywhere.
Yeah.
True.
So I would, and like it would make sense that Theresa would be like, can be a catalyst to like any new plot point because of her position in like Saint Freya and everything. Oh,
Yep.
I would, yeah. You know, honestly, looking back, like Theresa for how strong she is, hasn't been. They've used her like a bit as a plot device most of the time, but she hasn't like been centralized of like. We haven't given her.
I really think that for me personally, and I think people would disagree with me on this, but for me, her biggest moment was going against Siren in Second Eruption manga.
Oh.
That was like for me, that was like her biggest like dual moment in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she unlocked more power during chapter I think 11, 12. Gosh, when they're entering the I'm blanking. It's
Tower
early
of
in the morning.
Babylon? I don't know. I'm just throwing names out there.
The Quantum Sea?
Sea of Quanta?
I think.
Oh, Sea of
Sea of Quanta. When she's entering the Sea of Quanta, she like raised her percentage power to deal with the big boss.
Oh yeah,
that
this
was
like
cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was cool. I just think like her biggest fight for me was like when she went up against Siren, in my opinion.
Yeah. Which is off. It's not even in the game.
Yeah.
So like in the game, that was the biggest one when she was like awakening the Violet Executor power. But even then, the story wasn't even focused on her. It was more on Bronya, and she was just like, let me, I always
It's playing like defense on the outside, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
holding the line on
I
the
always
portal.
thought that like they never covered Theresa as a central plot point because of her power level, because she's considered to be an S rank Valkyrie. She just didn't want the title. But we've seen so much story on all the two of the 3 S ranks already, like Rita and Durandal, and it's not even like a concern about like her being too strong for story. So I'm kind of like her being one of my favorite characters. I'm kind of disappointed that they haven't done more with the character yet. So that kind of pushes me to want to see her being like anniversary, new chapter, new battlesuit. Like that would be something. Okay. Let's also on that point. We've talked about all these possibilities, but like, do you guys think that with the anticipation of it being the imaginary A rank being introduced, do you think that will be a heavy influence, or do you think they'll like anniversary? Here's like the Fuhua that you guys wanted, or like the whichever that you guys talked about, and then like 5.3 or 5.4 being like, okay, here's the imaginary. It could go either way, right? Like,
yeah, they definitely. I think it could go either way. They could do imaginary with another like they did last year, right? They could do 2 in 1, or they could split it up. You know, they could
I could see them doing 2 in 1 just with I don't know if it's true, but the top up reset for anniversary, right?
Yeah.
So I could see that happening. Maybe.
Make it like, hey, here's these 2 farmable things, but
that's scary.
Signature gear.
Top up reset.
signature gear. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little too much. Okay, yeah, because 5. Interesting.
I just want to say, MG, I'm so happy that you keep talking about Fuhua.
Converting me.
What is
we're slowly getting you there.
I don't know. I do like her as a character, but how do I put it? I feel like playstyle wise, she doesn't like. I enjoyed her entry like when she was first introduced, because she was the freshest gameplay style. Yeah, back then, and like even now we see a lot of influences of her on the Ancora, her on the Hairship Flame Scion. But I feel like, but gameplay wise, I'm more drawn to like Theresa or Durandal. I don't know why. So like it's hard to, and I know everyone's like, oh, Durandal, but like, but like for me it's that. It's like she interesting now that you put it, right? Because I've never said that she's like the top 3 for me. It's always been like Durandal, Theresa, Himeko. Odd. My choices are odd now that I think about it.
I could see Durandal being an anniversary character too, just because it is Mihoyo's, or at least Honkai's golden child.
But okay. Hot topic now. Is Fuhua more of the golden child or Durandal more of the golden child?
It's a double-edged question, because every time we think it's a Fuhua patch, no, there's always some secret thing in the patch notes that's like, aha, now it's actually a Durandal patch.
Durandal, yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah.
So true.
Like, that is true.
5.1, right? We were looking, Elysia's coming out. New Stigs, new weapon. But what's this? Abyss Flower Prior. Durandal patch.
Yeah, and then like the Divine Key that I said that has no bearings on lore either. It's like, why, Mihoyo, why? That's true. So now, like anniversary, they just give us, we're not gonna hide behind the curtains anymore.
What if they gave us a Fuhua and a Durandal on anniversary?
It'd still be a hot topic though. Like, which one is the S rank? Which one is the A rank?
What if they were both augments? VG augment, turn her into support.
No. But I will say, I do really support the idea of having an augment, because Violet Executor was a hit. Delta was a hit. I mean, not Violet
Executor. People actually
Twilight
think
Paladin.
Delta was too strong. Some people think that Delta was a mistake because of how strong she was.
I feel like she's balanced out. But like, I mean, Twilight Paladin, my bad. Twilight Paladin was a hit. Yeah, I could see a Durandal S. My bad. A Fuhua S rank. Oh no. I'm getting pulled in, Fuha again. But yeah. But there's so many though. There's 4 S ranks for Fuha. I do think it's high time they gave Shadow Knight some kind of or Phoenix. Oh my god, I'm so split. Oh.
I think if they do give Phoenix an augment, I want to see Time Fracture added as a part of her kit. Like, not just a time slope, but a proper Time Fracture. Because that's always, like, in Memorial Arena gameplay, I always feel like there are so many suits that have so much potential, but they lack the Time Fracture. And then it suddenly...
I feel like it's balancing, though. Kind of. Like...
I think
Sometimes, but it's a little bit like, maybe I'm just asking up for. Maybe I'm just being a little greedy.
I do understand how like Time Fracture can take away from like even Argent Knight suffers from not having Time Fracture.
Yeah. It's like it's suddenly they're forced into an abyss role because they don't have Time Fracture in some ways.
Yeah.
Not. And of course, that's it. I can't make that as a blank.
Uh-oh. Hello?
Hello? Oh, he cut out.
He cut out again.
Come back, Ben!
On his line, Fenrysk! Okay.
Oh, he's coming back?
He's coming back.
I'm back.
Let's go! Oh, actually, here's a good question. Who has the least suits out of the people we're thinking could be the S-rank suit?
Okay, let's not include Durandal because she's newer than most people.
Probably the twins. I wouldn't mind seeing more options for the twins. Even though, like, I feel like at this point, if they do another twins suit, it would probably be an A-rank suit.
Chat is just going Kallen. Have we switched from Hime Copium to Kallen Copium now?
You know what? What if they just straight away? I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Okay.
And this is just for the Kallen fans in the chat.
Okay.
What if they straight away just make a Flame Scion augment, but it's a Kallen suit? Not augment, awakening.
But it's
Awakening.
Oh, because Flame Scion is her own suit. Yeah, I keep getting confused because all the hatches are awakened. Huh.
That could be.
Again, I'm reaching, but this is just for the Kallen fans in the chat.
Hopium. Now we have Hopium. Wait.
Kallen Copium.
Interesting.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but what if? What
Yeah. All right. Let me just report that anomaly in chat. That weird name that's just spamming weird lines. Okay. It's a bot, I think. Alright, we good.
Yep.
Alright, there we go. Alright, cool.
I have this... I don't want to say it, but I just have this gut feeling it's going to be Durandal.
Oh.
A
rank or S rank?
So, like, don't get me wrong. I actually really enjoy Durandal gameplay. And I actually, like, my chat knows, I love Durandal as a character because she's just, like, this alpha... Chad queen, like when she's in the room, she demands all the respect and attention.
Yeah,
and she gets it every time.
And she works hard for it. She's all about working out and training.
Exactly. She trains like no other to the point where like Fuhua in the manga like
don't
trains with her, meditates with her, and but. I would prefer if it was a Fuhua suit. You know what I mean? Like I want a Fuhua
I thought I pulled you over to this side. You thought you were pulling me over to Fuhua side.
You know?
Yeah.
I want a Fuhua suit, but I just have this like gut feeling that Mihoyo is gonna make it doo-doo just because of chapter 26.
I do think it's Durandal.
And you know what else it could be is like, and I don't want to dive into this rabbit hole because it's just a rabbit hole, but. You know, the whole, like, oh, what if Durandal was, like, the real Kiana? I don't think they will dive into that anytime soon.
We can go into that if you want to.
But, I do think that, okay, the entire community won't stop talking about, is Durandal the real Kiana or not? We don't need to confirm it. We don't need to talk about it, but let's release a new Durandal suit because the entire community can't help but talk about, Durandal. You know what I mean?
That
Good
is
way to
true.
ride the hype, yeah.
So I don't know. That could be something that they
That is true.
they do. I still want Fuhua suit though. Mihoyo, if you know, input Fuhua, please. Thank you. Love you.
I think one of the bigger so one of the bigger hints was because of the 5.1 CN CN beta that we saw 2 lances. That kind of points me towards Durandal as well. Of like, oh, you know, is that some kind of hint? But you know, to me, I feel like Fuhua also makes sense. So yeah, so interesting.
I could be baited. I'm checking Twitter right now. Chat just said that Marissa dropped the doo-doo picture.
I don't have.
I'm gonna check too.
I'm gonna shoot you the link. I see it. I don't know what this is.
Oh,
but...
he said good night, not a leak, by the way.
What?
I think he's just, I think he's
what
just
is...
trolling.
You think he's trolling? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
It looks like the
That's a
the
Bright
honor
Knight suit,
crown
though.
on top of Bright Knight, yeah.
That's a Bright Knight suit, though. I don't. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like confirmation of anything. Let's see. I mean, she does have stuff on her head, but stuff on her head. Oh no. Nah, I wouldn't jump to any assumptions.
I think a physical A rank Durandal would be nice.
Physical A.
I just find. So I'm so new to Honkai, technically speaking. So I'm only been here since 4.5, end of 4.5, beginning of 4.6.
Well, yeah.
Has there ever been a time where, not including like SP Valkyries, has there ever been a time where they take a S Valkyrie and release them as an A rank Valkyrie?
Take an S rank and release them as an A rank.
Like
I guess the closest approximation probably would have been Fallen Rosemary, where they basically said this is a farmable S rank, and basically in the like what MG was saying before, from a financial sense, it's an A rank patch because it's farmable. So they did Fallen Rosemary in 4.2 right after Hersher of Thunder, because Hersher of Thunder was in 4.1. 4.2 was Fallen Rosemary with the Danzai augment, and the Danzai augment for Shadow Dash was basically the low power version of Hersher of Thunder.
Hersher of Thunder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but what UD is saying is that like an expected A rank patch turned into an S rank patch. Oh, I mean S rank patch turned into an A rank patch. Is that?
No, I'm just curious because I just don't see. Maybe I'm holding Durandal too high in the power scale. I just would find it weird if they released Durandal as an A rank.
Oh.
Because of because of how powerful she is and how much of a powerhouse she is. I just don't know if
it would make sense that is an A rank physical and Durandal, because I think what we saw of the Divine Key, the black half of the Abyss Flower, is physical. I think it is physical. So yeah, I don't know if that's hinting to anything because nothing in the story has touched on that yet. So we really have no idea what it could imply, except for the fact that maybe it's really being like, hey, here's the A rank Durandal coming up. Oh no. Huh. SP. S rank. Wait. S rank, right? S rank. Wouldn't that be weird? Of like A rank, S rank, S rank, S rank. She would be like. Currently, the only two that have that are Zelie and Durandal. But even Zelie is not like 100% Zelie because like Nyx is Veliona.
It's Veliona, technically speaking.
So like Durandal is the only one that holds that many. If they add another S rank, I don't know, man. Like for the anniversary. Huh.
Yeah, I still want it to be Fuhua. I think it would be so cool.
Yeah.
But I just have this
I'm in
weird
the
gut
Fuhua
feeling
boat.
that it's
Yeah.
same. I do have
I
this
could
weird
see
gut feeling
Theresa.
that it,
I'll put Theresa as my number 2.
Let me
I'll
put-
put Theresa as my number 2.
Let me put Theresa as number
Same.
1.
You
Let me-
should have Fuhua.
Just for the sake of that. Okay. I would like to put Fuhua number 2, but I would put Durandal number 2 first. If not for the sake of memeing of having Theresa as number 1, I would put Durandal number 1, honestly. But
What I want and what I could see is Fuhua, Theresa, Mei. That's like my wants. But I just have a weird gut feeling it's gonna be Doo-Doo. I hope it's personally. I would prefer those three over Doo-Doo, but
I'll be completely honest. Despite me being like a Durandal fan, I don't really hope that it's Durandal. Even though
Same.
like I think it's the highest possibility right now. I honestly feel like I want to see something else.
same.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I'm a huge Durandal fan. She just like absolute alpha, just awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would prefer to see another character get a suit for the S rank.
My bet is Rita from the VA spoilers.
I could see Rita, because Rita would be great as a way to catch up to Durandal's like recent training and power spike, because she's always been ahead of Rita, you know?
And
It would be
Right.
and there's also always that rumor. Wait, okay. Here's the thing, right? Everyone has been hoping for like the fire S rank Rita battlesuit because she showed that in the manga. But are we too close to Flame Scion to have another fire?
that's my thing is
Not if she's
it might-
support.
Oh,
Not if she's the support suit.
Oh,
If she's the support
suit, then she would be
Do we
just
have-
right.
Oh, actually, no. You know what? That could. Huh. Wait, you might be onto something actually.
Oh wow.
A
QTE fire
QTE,
support.
QTE fire support.
Fire, Fallen Rosemary.
Fire Rosemary. Oh my god, that would be awesome. Huh. Okay.
Interesting.
We could put Rita in the... I should just come up with a list. And and then when we get closer to 5.2, we can see how far off we were.
Yeah.
Okay. So so if I follow my mind, Durandal is number 1. But if I follow my heart, Theresa's number 1. In terms of like, in the words of Theresa herself, Theresa's number 1.
World's number 1 cutie.
So okay, we can put Durandal number 1 highest possibility, and because we have 2 of the biggest Fuhua fans on call right now, we're gonna put Fuhua on par, or at least like either number 2 or on par with Durandal, and then
Yeah.
I would say Rita and Theresa have the 3rd spot. Either one of them
like that.
could kind of work.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. 100%.
I could see Theresa being a fire support, but we already have Rondo, so that would kind of like that would kind of be weird. So like Rita could fill that place of like she doesn't have a fire either. But Durandal also doesn't have an ice. Oh my god, my brain.
Ice Durandal.
There's no hint of like Durandal having any ice powers, right?
I don't think so. I
Hmm.
don't think so.
Yeah, not that I can think of.
It'd be funny if like we named okay, let's say like 5, right? Durandal, Fuhua, Rita, Theresa, Mei. And it'd be funny if like it's someone not in the 5. Okay.
You know what would be a wild card? Because we kind of like you guys have mentioned the twins. Imagine if like out of nowhere for the anniversary, Mihoyo is like, "Oh, new S rank Sakura suit," and we're just like, "Wait, what?"
That does
That would be like that would be the biggest wild card. Like whoa, was not expecting that type of.
that would be funny. And like because we've always seen Yai Sakura as an awakened form of Mei. But then we got Dark Ball Jonin, who's just an SP, who's like, I mean, just an SP meaning like not awakened, not augmented, just like by herself.
She's on her own. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that would be the wildest card ever. I would never guess
Me neither.
that for sure. Are we also overlooking the possibility of a Himiko? Himiko.
There's no way.
Could it be that our expectation that Himiko shouldn't be
list.
coming back anytime soon is like a blind spot for us?
Blinding
Because
us
like,
to
what
the
if they
truth.
do? What if they do that? Like just left field, like, haha, here's an SP Himiko suit
Oh,
from the
Oh,
Captain verse,
no.
different bubble universe.
oh
no.
no! Wow. Just thinking about all this makes me so hyped for the 5.2. That's a funny thing. We're not even in 5.1.
We're not even in 5.1
Yeah, I know.
yet.
We're not even 5.1.
Oh, there's just so
That's
much.
great.
I mean, I could see that. Like VK, okay, BR could have some kind of augment or awaken. She doesn't have an awaken attached to her.
Yeah, I remember going into 5.0. That was one of the speculations, was that the Hersher of Flame was going to be the BR awakening. Before we found out from the story,
That she's officially.
And so I don't know where I was going with this, but I just remember
Like, to
I know a lot of
revisit
us
it?
were waiting.
I feel like so.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if it's fire, though, it has to be a support. You can't
Right.
release like
Can't just release
the strongest
exactly.
fire character ever, and then like here's another one. Good luck. you know. Oh. Huh. I would. Yeah, it's really funny how I'm such a huge Durandal fan, but I'd be bummed out if it were Durandal. A little bit. I'd still be happy. But like,
Same.
yeah.
Well, I say that, but knowing Mihoyo, if it was it, because it is like the most likely from what we've been predicting, right?
Yeah.
I would be bummed out upon hearing it's a Durandal suit, but then I would watch it and knowing Mihoyo, dude.
Yeah,
'cause,
that
like,
trailer would just
Hersher-
get you so hyped up. Straight up.
Dude, the Hersher of Flame Scion. So like, the Hersher of Flame Scion's combat is one of the most varied, multi-animation chain like combos we've seen in a suit,
It is.
right?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine an S rank Durandal with that amount of like animation chains and combos.
Oh.
No, like whether you wanted Durandal or not, once you saw that, you would be like, dude.
Oh my god. Air combat Durandal? Oh, I'm
And
back on board.
In the story in what was it? Was it 11X when Mei fights Durandal? She has like this, she becomes like a meteor and goes through the sky and then like lands attacks or something like that. It's like a special animation you see in the story
Oh.
when
I
she's
remember
fighting.
this, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and
when
we
she
kind
got
of-
into burst mode.
We kind of thought that would be some kind of Bright Knight ultimate ability or something like that, but it never was.
Yeah, but it never was. What if that's like a hint for future aerial combat mode Durandal?
Augment?
Just
Oh.
like Hersher of Flame Scion.
Oh yeah, because
I
that's
could
what.
see a Bright Knight augment, yeah.
Oh
'Cause
wow, we're zeroing in. Oh yeah, because like especially when they released the Bright Knight Excelsis suit, it was a huge release of like they had the files of the battlesuit. Like this is the suit
Right.
that's the combination of Argent Knight, Night Moonbeam and Shadow Knight. It's 3 Godsbane suits in one, and they were transporting it for Durandal to use because she's the only one capable of controlling the suit.
Yep.
Oh my god. Airborne Bright Knight Augment. Sign me up immediately. I'm back on board, Durandal! Wow, that is the biggest brain move. Yeah.
But would that mean that they would have to make Bright Knight farmable? Because every S rank augment has been farmable.
You
right?
know, that would actually put her in the positive, right? Like people would.
Yeah.
That's people's like gripe with
you-
Durandal.
Is
Like,
that
do you
she's
think-
really expensive?
Yeah.
It's really expensive, but do you think they would do that for an anniversary S rank suit?
They did that for Delta? Huh. Because we also know MiHoYo sometimes can be pretty generous.
Yeah, they have been giving out, because what 4.3 they gave out a free Molotov cherry option, right? It was like you either pick the option, the augment chips, or willpowers, and then in 4.6 they gave you another S rank Valkyrie option. So I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that they would offer like a free S rank, some type of something.
Wow, that would be
Not
huge.
saying that they are, but it's not outside the realm.
I mean, back to the
right?
Fallen Rosemary and then Delta, which is free patch after free patch, and anniversary extra crystal top up. So, wow, and then not only that, if it's a Bright Knight augment, that would find more use for the Abyss Flower PRI.
Has there ever been an S rank augment yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two.
Final
There's two.
Executor turning into Twilight Paladin.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and then
True.
Montao Cherry turning into Delta. So there hasn't been an S rank SP suit. I think is what you're wondering, because I'm always
Right.
like when an SP suit comes out, people are always confused. Like the high tier players, when they talk to me, they're always confused about why I'm confused, because I kind of mix it up with Augment and Awaken. I'm like, when I do the fragment counting, I'm like, they're like, why are your numbers so weird? It's an SP. I'm like, SP, yeah. And then like I say SP with my mouth, but my mind is still thinking Awaken. And then I'm like, wait, okay. And now I get it. So yeah, but it's SP has no S rank, and then Augment we've seen S ranks. I think that's my number one choice right now. Bright Knight Augment. And then the Abyss Flower PRI would see so much use with the new. Wow.
So
and it would also lead up into Elaire's, right? Because Elaire's getting a pry in 5.2.
True.
Oh.
Her old lance. So why would they do that? Why would they do that?
That would make a lot of sense. You know what's something I would like to see, but it probably won't happen till like 5.3 or 5.4.
Mm-hmm.
Like an upgraded Bronya main DPS.
Yeah.
For two reasons. One, I actually really enjoy Bronya's character a lot, but she hasn't won a lot of fights like on her own, so to speak.
She's like
you know
the
what I mean?
Rock Lee of kind of.
Oh, yeah, but she is very strong,
Yes.
and seeing like Bronya with Hersher of Flame, or not Hersher Flame Scion, but with Kiana before she becomes Hersher of Flame Scion, right?
Yeah.
In the Everlasting Flame cinematic, I don't know. That was such a hype moment for me. I think it would be
all
really
those
cool
cannons,
to be like,
all those keys.
yeah.
Oh.
Imagine she trains with Welt, and Welt teaches her to like perfectly master.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a huge thing in chapter 24 or 25.
Because
right?
she's also undergoing a
Right,
training
leading
arc
up.
right now. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Whoa.
And like 5.3, you bring in like a fully mastered Bronya suit.
Wow. Yeah. Now that you mentioned, they're setting up so many like future
It's crazy.
huge arcs because of the power struggle between Sentience and Fuhua. The training arc with Velt for Bronya, the training arc with Mei for the Elysian Realm. Wow.
Yep.
I mean, Kiana's arc is done, but there's still so much more that we thought like. And that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because like from a gameplay standpoint, I've always been saying, for the Elysian Realm with all the buffs that they're giving us, I'm like, oh, this character's so OP because of the character buffs, like Threshold.
Yep.
But here's the thing, right? Valkyrie Chariot and Dimension Breaker are essentially support ultimates. When they use their ultimate, they're still on the field, but you can switch another character in. And that would not work from a solo gameplay standpoint, because in the Elysian Realm, you're playing as a single character. So I just keep wondering, like, what are they going to do for them? Like, you can't possibly, like, say, like, oh, go and use Valkyrie Chariot. Once you use the ulti, just stand there for 10 seconds.
Stacking.
10
Missile
seconds.
stack.
Her ulti lasts for 10 seconds. It's like, what? Just stand there for 10 seconds and do nothing, you know? Like, no, that can't be. So like, but for me, that
I
was
know a lot of people. Yeah.
that was my
Go
wish for
finish
the
it off,
Elysian
sorry.
Realm. Yeah. So, oh no, for Dimension Breaker, it's not that. It's her QTE. Her QTE is like she comes in and she holds it, and then she doesn't switch out. So, but yeah, I would like to see something of like. But for me, it's more of like the Elysian Realm, where it's like, oh, existing and free play, free to free to play if you already like. It's just new stuff for existing. But you do make a good point of like Bronya it wouldn't be nice to see like a canon, no pun intended, but canon strong version of Bronya. All the unintended puns. Oh my god, that would be nice. Wow.
Right?
It's interesting too because they've been giving out a lot of like rank up stuff for HOR recently.
But wouldn't it be weird on Bronya because of how many we have? She has 7 battlesuits. Wait, 7, 2, 4, 6,
I think
8. She has 8
8.
battlesuits.
Because that was one of the quiz questions
Yeah.
during Haxer Bunny. Remember?
Yeah. And Mei only
quiz
has
questions.
Mei only has 5, and like Kiana already has 6. So in terms of it would be funny to see like yet another Bronya. Not that I don't like her, but like so many. Bronya's secret MiHoYo favorite. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I could see it.
I would love
It
a
would be
Lilia
really
augment.
funny if like if 5.2 ends up being the Dimension Breaker augment that so many people like dream about.
Oh, that would be funny. Huh, interesting. Okay, my number 1 right now is really UD has managed to see. UD was trying to pull me onto Fuwa's side, but he pulled me back to Durandal's side. Same person.
Oh no! I was trying to be not biased. Plan didn't work. We
but-
failed, boys.
Bright Knight augment does seem to be the highest possibility. Especially following the fact of like Fallen Rosemary came before Delta, and it's like save patch after save patch. MiHoYo showing their generosity to us on the anniversary. So Elysia's 5.1 save patch, and then like BK augment save patch. That does sound like something that is like really high up there in terms of like possible. Especially seeing like the PRI for the Abyss Flower, which, you know, I'm just thinking like, although it,
Yeah, I could see it.
yeah, and also like when we have augments, they always still name it. They always still call them like by the original name. Like Delta is still called Molotov Cherry in the skill descriptions. When Molotov Cherry, blah blah blah, you know, it's still not. So I could see that in the sense of like if the Abyss Flower PRI had Bright Knight Excelsis unique abilities, it would apply to the augment as well.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I don't know. Okay, chat. Would you guys enjoy a Durandal augment, a Bright Knight Excelsis augment, if it makes Bright Knight farmable?
Or would you prefer a Fuhua S suit?
Still gotta put one in for Fu. Okay, chat says it's kind of split. Maybe more yeses. No Fuhua. People want Fuhua. Yes, it depends. Okay, because
If they give a free character card.
Theresa, the one Theresa, respect. Rose Daniels, respect.
I see people. It seems like if she becomes farmable and like more accessible, people are open to Bright Knight. Interesting.
Yeah, I can see that.
Interesting. I mean, come on, we're getting a new divine key. I'm not saying it's a PRI. I'm not saying it's like super strong, like the actual full Abyss Flower, but it's a half.
I'm gonna roll for Abyss Flower the next rerun. I'm gonna roll for it. I'm gonna craft I'm gonna craft that Black Lance and I'm gonna synchronize it, and then I'm gonna run the Abyss Flower Priarm on Asuka. It's gonna be great.
Oh my god. Okay, context because Fen doesn't have Bright Knight.
I don't have Bright Knight, so Asuka's my
It's
main
okay.
Lance
I don't
user.
have a. The only doo-doo I have is the A-rank doo-doo, and that's it.
Oh,
I feel you.
Valkyria.
Yeah,
Well,
I feel you.
if our prediction is right, we're gonna all have Durandal.
Won't say no to a free Bright Knight.
Right? Wait,
I
wait.
won't say no.
That does make sense because also we're going on. Like I'm going on about like, oh, she only has 1 A rank and 2 S ranks. Like a 3rd S rank without an additional A rank wouldn't make sense. But if it were like
But
an augment,
would make sense.
yeah, it would because it's technically like existing, and it's like a safe patch, you know? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I have a question for you, MG. How long was it since when Delta released? How long had it been since Molotov Cherry's original release? Had it already been like a year and a half?
Molotov Cherry was a long time ago. Let me go check on. Wait, let's see. You know, okay. While I'm checking, fun fact, my Molotov Cherry thumbnail for pulling Molotov Cherry and Blueberry Blitz was removed by YouTube. Was censored by YouTube. That was the first time I received that email of like something not suitable or something like that. I was like, why? And then they give you the option of like sending in an appeal. So I was like, I sent it in. I was like, well, this is totally, there's nothing wrong with it. And then they were like, okay, let's approve it. But I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. Now that you bring it up, well, it was so weird. And I think some people had theories because of how like, okay, this is a little spicy, but like because of how kind of revealing
Their default outfits were,
and
right?
and
Yeah,
because like
I can sort of see
they're,
that.
they're like actually kids. I know it sounds a bit, but I guess I don't know. It was weird. It was the first time I ever received that email, and I was like, what did I do wrong now? Okay. Oh wait, what was it called again? Memories of Gemini or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. My god, I can't remember which. Let me just go check. Oh, Dreams of Gemini. Okay. Well, we almost got it. Dreams of Gemini was on June 6th. Wait, no, May 23rd. Okay. Yeah, I think
May 23rd, but that was 2018, right? Or 2019.
20. This website just says May 23rd. Oh my god. Yeah, 2019. Okay.
Okay, 2019. So May 23rd, 2019, and then Molotov Cherry was free in 2020 in the fall.
So you think like there's a 1 year
Bright Knight came out in the summer.
3.9.
Right? It was
3.8 or 2.9?
It was 3.9. It was 3.8 because 3.7 was VG. 3.7 was AE, 3.8 was VG, 3.9 was BKE.
Okay, so 3.9.
And then 4.0 was SA. So 3.9 that would have been after. It would have been the patch after May, right?
Yep.
3.7 was springtime.
Yeah, Starlit Sanctum is 2.9. Okay. So I think it's due. Like she can be in the range of farmable already.
That's wild. That I have a hard because I remember I was there when she released, right?
It's
And you
hard
were
to
there
think
too,
of
and
her
it's like,
being farmable, right? It's so hard to
Yeah.
process. Like,
but I
Durandal.
mean, like SN is in Dorm now, and SN's about to be in Battle Pass now. So like AE's about to be in Battle Pass too, and that's wild for me.
That would technically follow, the patch route too.
Oh.
Yeah.
AE into SN into now Bright Knight. Like that's sequential order right there.
Oh. Are we zeroing in on?
You guys might be on
Yeah?
something. That might have been like the
Yeah?
5-head.
Oh wow.
This is
If you guys see,
this-
you look at today's thumbnail, she is in the background, just faded away. Maybe some people might have missed it out. Oh my god. It would be cool. I would love to see everyone just get a Bright Knight card right off the bat. That would be awesome. Oh. And then both of you would have Bright Knight as well. to match that Abyss bar that you're gonna pull. Oh, wow.
That would be pretty awesome. Whoa, did I disconnect? Question mark? Are we back?
No, you're back. You're just...
Oh,
You're
okay,
back.
awesome.
You're back.
Yeah.
I think there was like a
Awesome,
stutter.
awesome.
There was a weird stutter.
Got it. I was like, you guys froze. Why did you freeze?
You became like 240p or something. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm happy. I'm happy with that conclusion. Okay. So I'm gonna do like a community post and be like, number one choice for us was Bright Knight Excelsis augment, and then second was a Hua Shadow Knight augment. Let's settle with Shadow Knight, and then third would
Shadow
be
Knight's still a realistic option, yeah.
third would be Theresa, and okay, Theresa or Rita, which one higher?
That's tough.
I'll vote for Theresa.
Is chat
I'll vote
gonna
for Theresa.
jump in on that one? I already
Where did when did Fallen Rosemary release? 4.1?
4.2.
4.2.
4.2. That was the last Rita suit, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so 5.2 exactly one
5.2. But I actually say it's Rita over Theresa. I would prefer Theresa as like a really cool like bring in Zareth power or something really dope like that.
Yeah.
But I do think Rita's the more likely option out of the two. Just because of Durandal being like chapter 25x. Good way to catch up Rita to Durandal status, right?
You know what I noticed about that list? All four of them in the story are S rank level. Of like when Fuhua got Shadow Knight, she was rumored to be like, oh, she's a hidden S rank because she was like a spy.
She's listed as an A rank, right?
Yeah.
She was listed as an A rank to
you're
maintain
right.
a cover.
But like, and
Yep.
then Theresa is like not technically S rank because she refused the role, but like, and then we got two of the Immortal Blades, Durandal and Rita. Wow.
Yep.
And then chapter 25 EX is the Immortal Blades. Oh, mind blown.
It could be Rita, especially with Immortal Blades being a big thing in 25x, and then Rita S rank suit, you go heavy into Immortal Blades and
You know, I
see how that affects.
would like to see an S rank physical Rita. That would be
Ooh.
that would
be-
be so badass. That I would love that so much. And
S rank physical Rita.
that would be so cool.
But what type? I don't think it could be Psi type, right? Because they're just releasing Elysia as a Psi physical.
True.
I would take mech. Do we have
Mech, yeah, I think Mech would be good.
like a good
Mech would be good.
counterpart to like Bright Knight? Like we can compare her to like, oh, who's stronger now, huh? Rita S rank physical or like Bright Knight?
What if it was a? Well, I don't know, because Bright Knight's technically like she's charge attack and burst.
I
right?
don't see it in chat. Mech type, please. We need more mechs. Do we need more mechs though? Do we need more mechs? Wait a minute. Do we? Look at the mechs that are physical. I mean, mechs are strong. Don't get me wrong. Mechs are strong. Like Shadow Knight in and out has like use in the Memorial Arena. Bright Knight is strong in Nirvana. Like Twilight Paladin has been strong. Reason has been strong. Void Drifter, if you're like still I don't know. Vermilion
Well,
Knight.
Void Drifter is still using those 1 second kills too, right? Like the Horo 1 second is Void Drifter with Cherry or with Lilia.
Yeah. Vermilion Knight, like Memento is also like okay. Lilia is sometimes used, but you know I wouldn't say no.
Lilia has those crazy strats. Honestly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
I've seen so many with.
Yeah. It's very balding, but it's very rewarding when you get it. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna come up with that list. So Rita over Theresa in terms of possibility. That's what we're going for. Also, I just want to comment on like I just like the. I think this is the Godsbane battlesuit default, right? It's like all Godsbane battlesuits follow this style.
Yep.
It seems repeated because we see it on Bright Knight, we see it on Twilight Paladin, but I just like it so much that like I have two costumes. I have two costumes for Argent Knight, but I have that one equipped. I have the costume for Bright Knight, but I have that one. I just would like to comment on like, man, the Godsbane battlesuits are so cool.
They all look awesome.
Yeah. Give the other Godsbane battlesuits. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, because there was like a bunch of them that were missing in the gallery. Remember?
True.
Yeah.
When Himiko was
true.
like in the like battlesuit storage area and like she was gonna get the Vermilion Knight suit, like all on the other side had like.
Yeah. What if it? Going back to UD's point, like for a Mei suit, what if there was a Godsbane suit for Mei?
Wait, Mei doesn't have a Godsbane suit?
I'm going off. I don't think she does, because her
Wait, but
original
Bronya,
S rank was Lightning Empress.
Bronya doesn't have a Godsbane
Remember?
suit either.
Yeah.
Right.
Mei or
Oh,
Bronya.
so many possibilities.
Ooh.
Kiana unfortunately got hers early.
Yeah,
got
she got hers
early, yeah.
way early.
The first ever Godsbane suit in the whole game.
Yep.
It still looks good though.
It does.
Yep.
It was
Alright.
part of the scheme to reawaken Siren, right?
Yeah.
That's why she got it early.
That part in my memory is so hazy. Okay. Alright, so we've got our list. We are at the slightly over the 2-hour mark. It has been
Oh.
yeah, it has been super fun. Like, man, the entire stream was just all smiles and laughter, and it was
Yeah.
that was so good. And chat was also so good with all the with all the Fua, Fua.
Speculations and the
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that was really fun. I really would like to thank you guys again because waking up in the morning and you guys like have all your stuff going on, but it means a lot. It means a lot that you're here, and
I can't say no to a good conversation. It was awesome chatting with you guys and talking and bringing MG over to Fuhua Supremacy alongside me and Fen. That was great.
Maybe.
The Hemocopium, bro.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I mean, I'm also glad that we were able to keep it on spoiler free, especially for you like UD. But also, it's not really like, yeah. Despite it not being spoiler free, I still maintain it's just sprinkling all the little plot points in there in the Elysian Realm. I would, I would definitely watch through both of your playthroughs when you guys, are getting to like no, sorry, when you guys are getting to chapter 25 EX. But also, for UD's Elysian Realm playthrough because Fen has already played most of it.
Yeah, I've been grinding that on 2 accounts. It's
so much content.
I'm so hyped to grind that. I can't wait.
It's so much content. Yeah, I mean, you would also like enjoy it from the gameplay standpoint because of all the crazy buffs that they get.
There's some crazy buffs.
Oh, like Like, I mean, it's not spoiler. It's like how there's one. I think Flame Scion has one like her ultimate evasion removes the overheat or something. So
I saw that.
Yeah.
That
And
was
you
so
can-
exciting to
You
do.
can stack. You can have up to like 3 charges of evasion with Flame Scion if you mix and match the right set of buffs, and that was nuts.
Yeah. So that would
her
all be.
Scion literally like is my favorite suit ever released. It drastically elevated the game for me.
Oh yeah.
So to get buffed with that, oh dude, I'm gonna be hooked. I can't wait.
Man, when you bring up that point, it just reminds me of how you were like, what if Durandal had aerial gameplay? I can't get that out of my head right now.
Oh man.
Oh my god, that would make me so happy. I don't know if it would make most people happy, but I would be happy, and that's what matters to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
You could 6-star her right away.
That is true. Oh yeah, but yeah, we have to still keep to the time schedule that we always have. I know we could go on for hours, but this has been really fun.
Yeah.
I hope to if you guys ever have a podcast of your own, I would love to take part as well if there's a slot for me. And
I'm gonna write that down 100%. I will get you on a podcast. It will happen in the future. The both of you guys, if you guys would be down.
That would be great. Yeah, anytime, just hit me up.
Heck
yeah, and so chat has been wonderful as well. Thank you guys for stopping by. It has been really fun for me because if you notice, I haven't been having to not to say that all the other podcasts are not interesting, but I've always had some kind of central theme and been playing gameplay and stuff. This one was really just, there was no gameplay. It was all us and chat was really great. It's a different experience. It's basically I mean, it is basically what a podcast should be, but like, you know, it's so cool that it doesn't. It's you know, it's like my first experience of like the stream without gameplay. I know UD does that a lot, but like, it's so nice to know that I also can do it.
Dude, we talked about this the last time. You don't give yourself enough credit at how well spoken you are
Thank you.
and how much content you could do. Like I genuinely think that you're not locked behind your gameplay. So my general rule for like content creators on like how to grow and like what defines a good creator is you got to have 3 golden eggs or like categories that you're good at, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be naturally born or they could be like trained gifts, right? So like MG, I hate to break it to you, but you're a handsome dude. Chat will agree, right? So you already have that going for you, right? You're well spoken and you have a lot of knowledge and you've been with the game for a very long time.
Oh yeah, man.
And Honkai community loves veterans, you know?
That's
so
true.
like you have a lot going for you if you ever want to make a new content series. I'm sure chat will be there to support you 1000%.
Oh, that would be. Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, I am working on like the lore series right now. It's a bit more. I want to be more meticulous about like like videos you get it wrong, you can't just go in and edit. So it's like you just want to. I know there's gonna be mistakes because like even if the overview videos, there's gonna be like little mistakes, but like as long as it's at its minimum, that would be great. Yeah, I really hope to do that. I hope. Like, I'll be asking you guys stuff once in a while since, you know, evidently from the stream, I'm the least.
No.
But yeah.
There's still a lot of manga I gotta go reread and catch up on, so.
Yeah, it'd be great. So yeah, that will be coming up real soon. But it's been really fun. So, yeah, I guess we're going to be signing off from the stream, guys. So, UD, mainly on YouTube, his link is in the description down below, but I don't have to tell you guys that because you already know. And Fen is also on Twitch, but you guys also already know because he also does the official streams for English official streams for Global. But in case there's someone here who hasn't heard of either of them, go check their links in the description down below. Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Next time, Fen was awesome chatting with you too, fellow Hua supremacist, dude. Let's go.
Yeah.
Have a great one, chat. Thanks for having me. Doses.
Bye-bye.